Good evening and welcome to another edition of HGP Sport. For today, I'm Jaden Samuels. Thanks for joining us. It is safe to say everything is in place for Guyana's first international cycling meet booked for Bartica this August 10 and 11. President of the Guyana Cycling Federation, Horace Burrows, and Mayor of Bartica, Gifford Marshall, speaking with us on Wednesday, assured great expectations as Guyana ups another notch in the sport of cycling. Let's take a look. Just months after hosting its first major cycling meet in March this year, Bartica is set to host this year's Caribbean Junior Cycling Meet featuring cyclists from over 21 countries. Guyana had bid to host the 2020 championships, but since the 2019 host country pulled out of organizing the event, it was passed on to the Guyana Cycling Federation. After fruitful deliberations between Horace Burrows, Director of Sport Christopher Jones, and Mayor Gifford Marshall, it was decided that Guyana would play host nation this year, with the meet coming off in Bartica. Marshall expressed excitement at Bartica's hosting of the championships, noting that it would positively impact the tourism industry, and with days to go, preparations have shifted into high gear.
This event, of course, is one of the first, not only for the country, but for the township of Bartica. And we have lots of work to do. Works have started in terms of the preparation. We have some works to do actually on the circuit. And we're hoping at least in the next week or so, we will complete everything and be ready to host the cycling championship.
Pointing to the successful hosting of Bartica's first ever cycling meet in March, Marshall has given the thumbs up to the Guyana Cycling Federation and Bartica's MNCC in helping to mesh tourism and sport in that region. Meantime, addressing this meet, Burrows says this event is a great opportunity for Guyana and will boost the local aspect of sports tremendously.
This is a stepping stone for cycling in the country. This is a major event for us. This event actually is going to, I think, it's going to boost cycling a lot more in the country among the youths. A lot of youths that wants to race, that see bicycle and they don't know much about cycling. This is the event that's going to, push them to do cycling. In terms of 21 countries being here, I mean, it's hard work. I want to thank the mayor. Lots of thanks to the mayor, Mayor Gifford, and the town of Bartica. And we want to thank the Sports Commission, Christopher Jones, the head of the Sports Commission, for, every time when we call, they answer.
The competing cyclists are scheduled to arrive in Guyana from August 8 before competing on August 10 and 11. Jaden Samuels, HGP Sport. What causes a successful cyclist to become an aspiring bodybuilding champion? Is it a change of heart, or is it just the confidence of someone who thinks he excels at any sport discipline? HGP Sport sat down with 32-year-old Darius Ramsamy. More in this Stanford Howard report.
Most persons having a sports discipline they love from an early age would usually stick with it throughout their lifetime. However, this is not the case with former Barbados juvenile champion and Guyana BMX champion Darius Ramsamy. From the age of 5, Ramsamy loved cycling and successfully competed in a number of competitions, winning prizes both locally and regionally. Surprisingly, the 32-year-old now has his eyes set on a different prize in 2019. This time around, it's in the bodybuilding arena. Darius competed in last year's Guyana Amateur Bodybuilding Federation competition and placed third in a Mr. Guyana Bodybuilding Championship. He is now bent on becoming Mr. Guyana 2019. He is relentless that this year he will earn the gold and is working hard to bring his dream to reality. Speaking to HGP Sport, Ramsamy went in depth as to why he made such a drastic change from cycling to bodybuilding.
First thing, let me clarify this, cycling is 10 times harder. All right? Any cyclist would tell you. Cycling would make you literally want to die. But bodybuilding, you see your body grow, right? And you come to appreciate the way you look and the way others give you compliments and so on. It's mainly personal gain, but you get the opportunity to show off. Right? You go on stage, you do your posing routine, you do your quarter turns, and you just enjoy basically the people worshiping the what you have sculpted.
Determined to be as successful at bodybuilding as he was at cycling, Ramsamy is training hard to ensure that he rakes in the goal at the championship set for August. Nightly News got the opportunity to peek into the daily training regimen of this ambitious athlete.
See, cycling, you're moving, going places, you're seeing the beauty of Mother Nature. While the gym, you're stationary, you're in one environment, and at any given moment you can pass out or throw up because you're pushing yourself so hard to the
Ramsamy surprisingly divulged that of the two sport disciplines, training for a cycling meet is much more difficult than for a bodybuilding competition. He explained how.
Well, preparing for a cycling meet is just basically one thing. You get up in the morning, early in the morning, and you go cycling, right? You ride 2-3 hours, and you come back, right? And that's it for the day, until the next day. Bodybuilding now, you get up early in the morning, you make your breakfast, you gotta get your egg whites, right? You gotta prepare your meals, because you gotta eat like 4 to 5 times a day just to pack on that size. You go to the gym, you have to spend at least 4 hours in the gym, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, right? It's more hectic, it's a lot more struggle, and it's a lot more hard day to day.
Darius, who has been a personal trainer for some 6 years, believed that he needed to look the part in order to be effective. Hence the reason he has embarked on honing his physique on a daily basis. For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
Over in Peru at the Pan American Games, Mary Fangofat and Ashley Khalil both lost their opening singles matches. Stanford Howard gives us a quick update.
It was quite a disappointing start for the Guyanese in the squash arena in Peru when Mary Fangofat took on Ana Pinto from Chile. The match showcased some intense play from the Guyanese towards the Chilean. Mary lost the first 2 opening sets in close encounters, 8-11, 12-14, but then fought hard in the third, 11-7, to stay in the match. However, the Chilean Ana Pinto took matters into her own hands and took the 4th set to wrap up the match, 2-11. Ashley Khalil, the other Guyanese that played on opening day of the squash division, suffered a similar fate when she lost to another Chilean. This time it was Giselle Galdato in 4 sets, 11-7, 11-14, 7-11, 12-10. Khalil, who represents Guyana for the first time at the Pan American Games, spoke on her experience.
Today was very nice. The courts are a lot different from at home. These are cold courts. The ball does not bounce at all. So you got to either try and volley it, or especially your drops are like 10 times more effective here, but you got to make sure you get your player out first before you could take them in to drop. The experience here, well, this is world-class players, so I'm grateful for this experience. I could only learn from it. There's nothing negative that I could say, but I could only go up from here.
Also speaking after the match was David Finance, the squash team manager, who gave his take on what is to come in the doubles aspect of the tournament.
I think Ashley and Taylor should do well again. It's a 2 best in 3 match, so you have to come out gunning. Today I think the girls were a little nervous. It's a big stage, so it's always got a little butterflies in the stomach, and but I think tomorrow again we have a chance to do something special. The girls played very well today. Very proud of both of them because they were down and they came back in the match, in both matches, and there's no reason why we should be disappointed in their efforts.
For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
Let's turn our attention to some football news coming out of Region 9. Letem, Sky King Sports Club and the Guyana Rush Saints Football Club were crowned female and male champions of the recently concluded 5-a-side futsal tournament at the Tapachinga Sports Club ground, Letem. The details in this report. This inaugural tournament, witnessed by a crowd of approximately 2,000 patrons, was held in observance of the Guyana Defence Force 180th anniversary and hosted by the Letem branch of the force in partnership with the Rupununi Football Association. The Guyana Rush Saints players were among the recipients of the special awards, including brothers Franklin Parks, who secured the most goal scorer trophy, and Terrence Parks, who achieved best goal goalkeeper. The tournament's most valuable player among the male teams was Luciano Brung from Tapatinga Football Club, while for the females, the most valuable player and best goalkeeper came from Sky King Sports Club by way of Leandra Simon and Ruth Peters, respectively. Jaden Samuels, HGP Sport. And finally in sport this evening, ex-Guyana captain Jerry Angus supports Western Union Maltinos Academy. Here are the details in this Samuel Gillis report.
59-year-old former Guyana captain Jerry Angus played 14 first-class matches as a left-arm spinner between 1980 and 1990, 7 of them from Berbice and 3 regional 50-over games. He led Guyana in Jamaica in 1988 on his regional first-class debut against Jamaica at Albion. Angus has now sponsored 4 participants who wants to attend the Western Union Maltinos Cricket Academy. The Maltinos Sports Club was formed in 1902 and is considered one of the oldest institutions of its kind in Georgetown. In keeping with its obligation to develop cricket in Guyana, the club is hosting its annual cricket academy. Apart from cricket, the programs will focus on personal and educational developmental activities and training sessions such as etiquette training, public speaking, anti-drug awareness, and interactive and critical thinking sessions. The event will run off from July the 29th to August the 9th, Monday to Friday, 900 hours to 1500 hours daily. The clinic caters for male and females between the age of 6 to 18 years old. For HGP Sport, I am Samuel Gillis.
That concludes our cast for this evening. I'm Jaden Samuels reminding you, as always, say yes to life, yes to sport, and no to drugs. Good night.